Hi Southwest! In this video, I'm going to show you how to draw a foldable present. When you open it up, there's a snowman inside. This is how it looks closed and open. Now, I'm going to do a snowman in my video here, but you guys can put whatever you want inside the present. Reindeer, elf, Santa, whatever you'd like. I'm going to close that one up for right now because we're going to draw the front of the present first. Now, before we get started, we have to fold the paper. Take your paper, fold it down to the bottom. Try and get your corners lined up if you can. It's not necessary that it's perfect. Crease it down, and then we're going to fold it again in half to the bottom, but it's not going to stay like this. Crease it really well. When you've got that part done, we're going to open the first layer and then open the second layer. So what it's going to be is 3 layers on the top, 1 layer on the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 1. So that should look like a Z on the top and a single layer on the bottom, so that when you open it up, you'll see on the inside. Once you have it folded, first thing we're going to do is we're going to draw the present. Now, usually I tell you guys to draw in pencil first, but we are going to draw in Sharpie, or I'm going to draw in Sharpie so that you can see it easier, first of all, but second of all, I'm going to save time this way. You guys can draw it in pencil if you feel more comfortable doing that, because if you make a mistake in Sharpie, there's no fixing it. You have to start all over again. So start in pencil if you can, and then you can trace it later with a black marker or a Sharpie or even a black crayon. A black crayon will work too. Alright, so once you're ready to get started, the first thing we're going to do is draw the sides of the presents. So 1, 2 lines. That's the 2 sides of our present. We're also going to make the bottom of our present and the top. So you should have a square or a rectangle for your present. Doesn't matter which. It's not going to hurt either way if you have a square or a rectangle. Once you have that, we're going to draw 2 parallel lines for the ribbon that goes around the present. Parallel means that the 2 lines run next to each other without touching. So make sure that they run right next to each other. To make the bow, you can either draw a rectangle or a square, or you can do a rainbow. I'm going to make sort of a squarish rainbow for the center of my bow, and then I'm going to make the ribbon part sticking out, which goes out at a diagonal and back down. Start at the center of the bow, go up at a diagonal and down. Now to make your bow look like it's actually in a knot and all bunched up, tucked inside, we're going to add 2 little lines for texture. That part of our present is done. I'm going to open this up. Now we're ready to make the surprise inside. We first have to start with the snow down here, but in order to do the snow, we have to make our present a little bit higher. So I'm going to take the sides up just a little bit. And now I'm going to make them go in just a little bit. Now the snow looks kind of like a puffy cloud over here, so we're going to draw the puffy cloud. Start on one side and go all the way down to the ribbon and across, and then do the same thing on the top. That way it looks like our snowman is sitting in a mound of snow. After you do that, we're going to make the snowman's head. It's a nice big head, but don't make it get too close to the top of the present. We're going to draw a big circle. You know what, while we're at it, let's finish the bottom of the top of the present. Just draw a line right on that crease. After that, we're going to draw our snowman's face. Now you can draw your snowman's face however you want. I'm going to give him 2 circles for eyes, and then I like to draw that little highlight inside of his eyes to make them look extra cute, and then fill in the rest. Next, we're going to draw a cone shape for his carrot nose. Now a cone is rounded on the bottom, and then it's pointy on the other sides. If you want to add some texture, you can give him some lines on his nose. And then 4, 5, or 6, however big or small you draw them, draw some pieces of coal for his smile. Now you can decorate your snowman however you want to, but I add a scarf and a hat. So I'm going to make 2 lines coming down for his scarf. And then I'll attach it going across the bottom of his neck. Then I'll make his snow shoulders coming out and down because he's a fat snowman. I'm going to add some rectangles here for his tassels, or for his part of his scarf that's hanging down, and I'm going to give him some tassels too. Now he needs to be attached to the top of the present, otherwise it would just look like the lid is flying off. So let's add a hat. You could do a top hat, you can do a stocking cap, you can do whatever kind of hat you want. But I'm going to draw a stocking cap, and I did 2 like parentheses sort of shape on the top of his head. And I'm going to connect those all the way across. And then I'm going to connect his hat to the present. He's getting so close to being done. We have to add a few more details. Let's add some buttons. And some arms. I make my arms kind of jaggedy, so it looks like a real branch. Not sure if jaggedy is a real word, but it is for my branches. And I'm going to add some snowflakes. You can add some snowflakes all around. You could do circles like I'm doing, or you could do X's or dots. It's up to you, but stay inside this foldable area so people won't see, and it'll be a surprise when you open it. Okay, I think I've got everything that I had on my original drawing. Now it's time to color. For the snowman, you'll see I have some shading in here. I used crayon for that part, and I'll show you how to do that at the end. For right now, I'm going to color my present red and green. Like I said, you can use marker, you can use crayon, you can use colored pencil, twistables, whatever you have or want to use, or whatever your teacher tells you to use for this project. Now, of course, the box of markers that I got does not have a red in it. I'll be right back. Okay, my present is done. For my snowman, I'm going to show you how I did the shading. All I did was pick a blue crayon. Doesn't matter what shade of blue you use. I think I used a blue-green for the first snowman, but this one I'm using indigo. And I'm just going to color really lightly around the outside of my snowman, like really lightly, barely coloring at all. Just go around the outside of the circle of the head. Very, very lightly. Then after you do that, do the same thing with the sides of your snowman. And the little snow that's at the bottom of the present. Just put it at the bottom of the snow. And that's that. You can color your hat and the scarf, whatever color you want. I did turquoise for my first one. I'm going to do pink for this one. Oh, I almost forgot to color in my snowman's nose. He's got a carrot nose that needs to be orange. And when you're finished, don't forget to sign it. There we go. Have fun.